Hi and welcome to ZoomTV, the show where we explore everything that flies, drives and floats and invite you along for the experience. Well, today we're coming to you from the picturesque Mundaring Hills, the Mundaring Weir in fact, where I grew up as a boy, to experience the all-new, top-of-the-range RAV4 thanks to City Toyota. Toyota have released their improved RAV much sooner than expected. I guess that's because they couldn't wait to show us all what they have in store. We catch up with our premium partners at United Fuel Injection and find out how to get more torque in your diesel.
We found a piece of equipment that will help you avoid the damage caused by contaminated fuel. And it comes from the workshop of United Fuel Injection.
And sticking with the country theme, Dan Paris is in the Dandenongs in Melbourne to experience a brand new Sunliner.
Sunliner know exactly what it takes to create the perfect holiday vehicle.
And this week's Sanders celebrity hitchhiker is Dicko, best known as a judge from one of Australia's biggest television shows.
I've had 12 glorious years here. I'm enormously grateful for what Australia's given me.
So get comfortable because it's time for ZoomTV from the beautiful Mundaring Weir.
There's something so romantic about the idea of hitting the open road, leaving your regular life behind, just following the sunsets in your own sense of adventure. It's an Australian pastime, the swag man blowing from town to town with just what he can carry. Trouble is, camping under the stars isn't always that comfortable. At least that's what you're going to think once I've introduced you to the new Sunliner Holiday G56 motorhome. With nearly 40 years' experience designing and building the best motorhomes and caravans under the Australian sun, Sunliner know exactly what it takes to create the perfect holiday vehicle. And the idea behind the incredibly popular Holiday series is that it's all about choice and encouraging you to build the new motorhome with everything you want. Hey Tori, this is a level of camping that I knew nothing about. This is the Sunliner Holiday. Tell us about this.
Basically, the Holiday series is the most popular within the Sunliner range. Just offers a lot of choice, right throughout from chassis to layout to specification.
So you, as a customer, can design it to suit your needs then, in that sense. You can change the layout.
Exactly, you've got a lot of flexibility to actually choose what you like, not be told what you're going to get.
What about the interior? Can you set that up the way you like it as well?
Yeah, look, there's two different finishes. There's classic finish or there's a modern finish.
Well, I mean, I usually sleep under the stars with, a dirty old swag covered in pindan dust. I mean, this is actually, it's opened my eyes. It's the perfect camping solution, really, isn't it? Yeah,
look, and we offer a lot of layouts within this series. Things like your slide-out walls, your double beds at the back, drop-down beds.
Mate, I might have to take one with me. You don't mind, do you? I'm sure you've got a spare. This is unreal. Luxury. The model we're reviewing is the Holiday G56, which is mounted on a Mercedes chassis, and the quality and reliability of the engine and drivetrain are all at Mercedes premium level. When it comes to the styling and comfort though, it's all Sunliner. Now the first thing you'll notice about the G56 is that it has a lower roof than most of its counterparts, which means there's less chance of getting caught up on a branch or an overhang, and makes it more aerodynamic. In turn, more fuel efficient. Now, the exterior is fitted with a pull-out awning, which is just perfect for sunsets. Watching it with cheese and bickies is my recommendation. Outside are all the necessities, like you've got your electricity power outlets, you've got your fresh water, your grey water, you've got an outdoor shower and a generator. It's just perfect. So it looks pretty impressive, but just when you think you know all about it, the G56 reveals a little something hidden up its sleeve. That's right. The side slides out to give you more legroom. The module features the G56 dining table and seats, and when it's all the way out, there's plenty of room in here, so it really does feel like a comfortable space. Add to that the fact that both the driver and the passenger seats swivel all the way around, and you've got yourself a great sitting area. Everything you've left behind at home. 175-litre double-door fridge, 3-burner oven and grill, a microwave, and for entertaining, an LCD TV and DVD player. Of course, once the touring has finished for the day and it's time to turn in, the G56 comes with this wonderful shower. It's got its own toilet, and through here is this very comfortable double inner spring mattress. And I should say there's been a number of times I've been camping and wished I'd just taken a couple of the little luxuries from home, a few comforts. This would have been fantastic, but then roughing it, hey? Doesn't get better than that. If you think it might be time to trade your everyday life for the freedom of owning your own motorhome, then you have to take a look at the Sunliner Holiday series. Don't forget, you can choose exactly how you'd like your vehicle set up to suit your style of travelling, and the team at Sunliner have all the knowledge to get you into your dream RV. For more information, jump onto sunliner.com.au or follow the links from ZoomTV.
Coming up after the break, jump on board a brand new RAV4 Cruiser with me, thanks to City Toyota, and we go cruising through the hills of WA. That's up next on ZoomTV. The Toyota RAV4 has been around for about 20 years. It's definitely one of the most popular models Toyota make. I mean, sales in 2014 are predicted to be 20% more than 2013. And why is that? Well, it's obvious Toyota have invested heavily into the new RAV4. They've made changes to its look, they've added a ton of technology, it drives better, it handles better, it's overall a much better car. Now, how do I know that already? I've been driving this car for a few days, and I've got to say, it's good. It's very good. Toyota have released their improved, brand new RAV much sooner than expected. I guess that's because they couldn't wait to show us all what they have in store. The RAV4 Cruiser comes with Toyota's keyless entry. Well, you still get a key, but it's not the key you're used to, it's more of a fob. As long as the key's on your person and with you inside the car, the RAV starts at a push of a button. Now, I know what you're thinking, what if someone is in the car and you're around the car and they try and start it? Well, watch this. No one can have the key and it won't start. Key not detected. How cool is that? The RAV4 Cruiser is the top of the RAV range. It has looks, gear, and a ton of technology, not to mention the safety advances. The 17-inch alloy wheels have been swapped for bigger, bolder 18-inch ones, with a bit more rubber on them. And overall exterior styling has been smoothed in some areas and aggressively unleashed in others. The RAV4 Cruiser would have to be one of the most self-aware cars Toyota's ever released. I mean, it comes with a ton of onboard safety. You get blind spot monitoring, lane departure system, reverse camera, and something Toyota call reverse traffic alert system. What does all that mean? Well, I'm about to explain. In the rear corners of the vehicle sits 2 radar sensors that monitor your blind spots on either side of the car. If you flick your indicator on and another car happens to be in the way, a warning light will flash inside your rear view wing mirror. The same works if you're reversing out of a car park and someone drives up behind you. The car will let you know. And if you're on a long drive and start to doze off and drift out of your lane while you're driving, you'll quickly be woken up by an audio alert. This car knows exactly what you're doing and how to prevent you from making a mistake. Now, having driven the RAV4 Cruiser for a couple of days, I've got to tell you, I'm a big fan of the interior layout. It's luxurious, it's simple, but it all works. And I love the dual climate control system and the 6.1-inch colour touch display. It's your gateway to all the Toyota Link, which is the Toyota apps. It also gives you access to your Bluetooth phone, your USB audio devices. You even get updates on what the car is doing, its fuel economy, and where you're doing everything right or wrong. It makes the car luxurious, but very smart. Now, if you're a fan of a decent stereo, the Cruiser model comes with an 11-speaker JBL audio system with digital radio, so you'll never be let down by tinny tunes on long drives ever again. Now, when it comes to the engine, you get a choice of 2. You can choose between a 2.2-litre Comarel turbo diesel or, like we have today, the 2.5-litre petrol engine. And of course, you can choose between automatic and manual, except for when you choose the Cruiser, because Toyota, for the first time ever, have said, if you're going to take the top of the range, you need to take the top of the range automatic with you. And I think they marry together really well. Now, Wayne, I've been driving the standard Cruiser for a couple of months, which I love. It's a great car to drive, but recently getting given the Cruiser to drive, absolutely fantastic. It's just a huge step up.
What you find as you step through the range is that there are a lot of subtle features that come with that as well. things like the wind deflectors, the noise reduction. You really get to see those subtle features when you compare the two models.
Yeah, there's a few things I've played with. Firstly, the look of the car. I'm noticing that as I'm driving around in this car, it's got the bigger wheels. I love the silver on the black, and I notice a lot more people actually looking at the car thinking, what is that? Wow, it's a RAV4.
Well, Toyota actually started the SUV market. We read today how the SUV market has really exploded, and Toyota actually pioneered that market with the RAV4, and what we've seen is a great evolution in the current product that they've produced today.
Okay, now you drive your product, which is great, so you'd be used to some of the features I'm talking to you about. The Toyota Connect, you can go onto the actual GPS system, and if you don't know the address, you can search a business, it gives you the address, push start, and it takes you to the destination. I thought that was a great feature.
That's right, so we've seen the engineers really work on the motor, look at the fuel efficiencies, the CO2 output, but now we've seen them move into the cabin, and a lot of great technology features that we're used to with our phone and computers have now really been integrated into the car as well.
Firstly, visibility. Seating position, visibility is great. And the thing is with the RAV, there are a couple of spots where you think you're on a busy road, it's hard to monitor, but the blind spot monitoring works perfectly.
So what we've seen with the engineering, I'm always amazed at the space that the cabins the engineers can create. The seating's a little bit lower, I've got a lot more headroom without compromising that passenger room. The other thing with your blind spot monitoring to go hand in hand with that is they've actually redesigned the pillar, so your peripheral vision is actually improved, and so you can really see everything around you.
Okay, now as I discover these features, I thought it was fair to say to you, what I might need is this car for a couple more months, the new Zoomobile, and we'll let you know what we think of it. I'm going to keep a diary and keep updating people with the features that I find over the shows to come. What do you reckon, deal?
Sounds fantastic.
Done. Look at that. There you go. Now, if you want to get yourself a great bargain, make sure you go and see our friends at City Toyota. Go to citytoyota.net.au. Follow the links from ZoomTV. It's that simple.
After the break, Dan talks with Ken Ringrose from United Fuel Injection to find out about a device that can help reduce the damage caused by bad fuel. That's next on ZoomTV.
About a decade ago, I finally bit the bullet. I threw all the camping gear in the landy and I hit the road for 12 months in search of a remote Australia. It wasn't really a road though, I must admit. Most of the time, it was just a dirty old track. And although it was adventurous, the biggest challenge wasn't so much the crocs or the sharks. The biggest challenge I faced was finding clean fuel. I'm talking uncontaminated, free from any unwanted nasties that might have made their way into the mix without invitation. Water, for example. That'll make your motor unhappy. But I found a piece of equipment that'll help you avoid the damage caused by contaminated fuel. And it comes from the workshop of United Fuel Injection. So this is a fuel injection system, and that's where the contaminated fuel becomes a problem. How does this actually work here, Ken?
Okay, Dan, well, what the story is, this is what we're protecting. This is a common rail supply pump, and this pressurizes the fuel to between 1,800 and 23,000 psi. So it's going to travel along the pipe, into the rail, to the injectors. Tolerances are very, very fine. So any minute particles of dirt are going to create damage, and you're going to lose rail pressure or performance in your vehicle.
So fuel contamination isn't just confined to the bush. I mean, you can get it in the city too. I mean, what ways can you pick it up?
Well, absolutely, Dan. What you can do is you can pick it up through condensation in your tank. If your vehicle stands for a long time, best keep it full. The other thing is never fill up your diesel at a bowser which has just been filled up by a tanker, because it churns up the fuel and you get all that unsettlement and settle in the tank, and that will come through into your tank. So try to avoid that. And then of course there's always the rainy season. You're going to pick up water from all sorts of places inadvertently.
So this is it. I mean, there's not much to it, is it?
No, it's not, Dan. It's a very, very basic unit. It fits on a pre-made bracket, prefabricated bracket. Every time it fits nice and snug into that area. You wouldn't even know it was there. It is a very quality unit, but you can buy accessories for it. You can buy a hand primer if you were to fit it onto a truck, agriculture application, or your boat. You can also have a change filter warning indicator. If your filters does start getting blocked, it's got a little thing that pops out. The other thing is you can actually buy an accessory, a light, which goes on the dash. If water goes into the glass bowl, the light comes on and you know to stop.
So it's a warning?
So it's a warning, yeah. So that is an excellent accessory to have.
So why have you chosen this unit? Because it was quality?
It is quality. We are Standard Iron agents. It is a Standard Iron unit. We've got them on our vehicles. This one, as you can see, is a United Fuel Injection vehicle, so we wouldn't put anything else on or recommend it to any other customer.
It's the sort of thing that I guess if you had a little know-how you could put on, but it's probably best with well, you've got trained staff, haven't you? So.
Well, certainly if you are up in the bush, you can order the kit
Yeah.
and fit it yourself. It comes with instructions. So anybody with a little bit of mechanical aptitude can certainly fit it himself. But we can also provide some added advice once it's been fitted with regards to extra filtration, the type of vehicle, or any other problems you might have with your vehicle. So welcome to come to us to have it fitted.
Can I ask how much?
Well, actually, they are pretty reasonably priced. You're looking around the $300 to $380 for the kit, depending on the vehicle and the application. If you were to just buy the unit, obviously it's a lot less. Give us a call and we'll be able to quote accordingly.
They say prevention is the key to avoiding disaster. Disaster that is potentially expensive, and if it happens when you're somewhere remote, it's a big concern. If that's the case, this little investment could be worth its weight in gold. Now, United Fuel Injection have a reputation for their turbochargers and their fuel injection systems, and you can find them right here on the Great Eastern Highway. My suggestion, though, is to jump online. Go to unitedfuel.com.au or get on our website at zoomtv.com.au. You can follow those links.
At John Hughes, they're a friendly and efficient company, trading with integrity and determined to give their customers the very best of service. So to get a great deal on your next new or pre-owned vehicle, head into John Hughes. They stock a full range of new Hyundai, Volkswagen, Mitsubishi, Ford, Kia, and now the new ZX. They can also offer you competitive and hassle-free finance options. To get a great deal, go to johnhughes.com.au, your car buying destination.
Coming up after the break, I catch up with this week's Sosanda celebrity hitchhiker, Dicko Dickson. He's with me next on Zoom TV.
Welcome back to Zoom TV. I'm now joined by a man that I would say we all met a few years ago. Dicko, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, good to see you.
You seem to be the first real person that had the balls to talk what he was thinking. You helped Australian Idol become the show it was.
Well, it was important for us to get the right artists into the record company. Remember, I wasn't on the show just to be a TV personality. I was general manager of BMG Records, and we had the rights to the winner and the top final 12. So I was desperate not to take an idiot in as our artist, because we were looking to make some big money out of it. So I didn't know what to expect. We'd just moved to Australia, and Simon, I used to work with Simon Cowell in London. Simon said to me, you really should do this show in Australia. But I just kind of settled the kids in, and I thought it might be a bit of disruption. But in the end, I think my ego wanted it. Everyone who tells you that they don't like being famous is a liar, because it is awesome when you walk into a room and people nudge and point at you and they know who you are, and it's like a drug being famous.
It's probably fair to say, out of all of the judges, out of all the people that were on the show, you were Australia's favourite. Everyone clicked with
Eventually.
you. Eventually.
I think it's, you know, I've had a fair few run-ins with people in pubs and in the street. I've had people refuse to serve me in newsagents because of what I'd said to people.
Now, getting on to the pointy end of my show, this is where we get to the hard questions, the Sound of Fast Five. This is where I get to put you on the hot seat. Are you ready? Okay. First car you ever owned?
First car I ever owned was a Renault 19.
Okay, part B of the question. I don't normally ask this, but you coming to Australia, first Australian car you owned?
Well, that would be for my wife, and that was a Toyota Corolla.
There you go.
It was really good. It did the job.
What is your opinion of the worst car ever made?
I don't understand the Porsche Carrera. The Porsche Cayenne.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand the Porsche Cayenne.
Thank you.
I think if you're going to drive a Porsche, drive a sporty sports car.
What is your opinion of the best car ever made?
For me, my objective desire, and I'm not mad on sports cars, my absolute objective desire is an Aston Martin. Because Simon Cowell drives those.
Oh, okay.
And every now and then, he'd let me sit in it. He'd take me for a drive in it. So,
Like you wanted.
They're just beautiful British cars.
Well, what do you drive today?
I'm driving the same Toyota Prado that I've had for 11 years. My wife has been trying to get me to sell my Prado for ages, but I can't bring myself to. It's a dirty, smelly old thing, but I just love it. And every time we go up the beach, it's just a perfect car. And do you know what? It's never once broken down on me.
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is not having at least 5 belly laughs a day.
Really?
Yeah, if I can't laugh, I can't live.
Wow. Last thing, just quickly, what entertains you today and pays the bills?
I do breakfast radio for 2UE in Sydney, so I get up at 2:45 every morning.
That's your punishment?
Which is, yeah, it is a punish. And I have the bedtime of a 7-year-old child, which is not great for your social life. But it is a privilege waking up a major city like Sydney and being the first person to give them the news of the day. So I've had 12 glorious years here, and every now and then I just think I'm going to wake up and the dream will be over. But while it continues, I'm enormously grateful for what Australia has given me.
Keep being you, because you're a great bloke. You're an awesome bloke. Thanks for coming on the show.
Cheers.
And we're done. That's our show. Now, if you'd like to know anything more about today's program or previous programs, go to our website, zoomtv.com.au. Download our free iPhone app while you're there, made free thanks to Asander. And if you've got something cool that flies, drives or floats, we want to know about it. Make a video between 1 and 2 minutes long, upload it to YouTube, and then email the link to us at iamazoomaholic@zoomtv.com.au. Now, I've got to go and clean this before Wayne Smith from City Toyota sees it. So until next week, bye for now. Thanks for watching. And remember, whatever you do that zooms, make sure you do it safe. And that's a wrap.